two, one. Hi, episode 7, Everygeek podcast. This is James, your host and guide through the world of the Everygeek. Sorry about that. It's been kind of a rough week for me. Let me explain. I had career difficulties. I had a change in trajectory. I had a near miss. It happens. I apologize. I got off schedule and I did not get episode 6 edited and put up in time. So we're going to just barrel through to episode 7. I'm going to try and have both of them on Anchor and iTunes by tomorrow. So you should get episodes 6 and 7 dropped at the same time. And just in case you're wondering what we're talking about tonight why I took so long to watch the Black Panther. Number 2. Henrietta lacks and her amazing Immortal cancer cells. And 3, why I bought the Bespoke box. Hey Danielle, hey Jessica, good to see you both in the live. Remember, as always, approximately 10:30, it's about 10:45 right now on Sundays, p.m. Central Time. We do the podcast live on Facebook. Just look for me, facebook.com/James Bennett 70. So let's do this. First, besides having a rough week and getting off schedule, which I apologize for, it literally was a week from hell. And thank you, Dennis. I'm glad I'm okay too. It was it was like Murphy's Law was rewritten to be James Bennett's Law, and everything that could go wrong did go wrong this week. And it was a challenge, and we weathered it, and we succeeded in getting through it. And there's no lasting effects from it other than the fact that I had to refocus and retool and trajectorize. That's my DJ voice. Hey, how are you tonight? No, that's stupid. Anyway. So there was no lasting effects. And coupled with the fact that I had family visiting from California. Actually, Susan's uncle came down to see her father-in-law who lives with us. He is 78 and has some health needs that we are dealing with, and we are his health aides, I guess you would say. Whatever. Home health care aides, amateurs. He has people that come to see him too of the professional nature, but we do the best we can to take care of him. Well, his brother, his older brother, ironically, came from California to visit Elvin and make sure he's doing okay. He broke his hip last month, and he's actually healing quite well. So thank you for asking whether you did or not. I'm just going to assume that my tribe, the people I attract, are well-wishers. Okay? Good. So let's get back to it. I had visitors down this week, so they came unexpectedly. He's like that. Uncle Tom's like that. He just jumps in a car and drives like cross country. You never know where he's gonna land. The guy's like 80 years old and he's still running like he's 30. It's crazy. But he's a really cool guy. So he came down with his wife Jackie, and they were here a couple nights this week, and it made being keto problematic. So actually this week, although I have no weight gain, right, which is cool, I did not succeed well in staying keto. Ironically, at Bacon Fest, which was the highlight of my keto week, I passed up on beer and candied bacon and bacon pecan pie to stay keto, but on Mother's Day and 2 days during the week, I succumbed to family pressure, and I ate bread, It's just all I can say. What can I say? It happens. But the timing was amazing. By the way, happy Mother's Day, mothers. You know who you are. Reboot, It's like $70, $16, something like that. It's a product that my wife sells that comes out once a month. It sells out in one day every freaking time. So get on her waiting list. But what it is, it's a 60-hour cleanse fast that gives you supposedly phenomenal results. I mean, we I don't know. We're talking, I'm already down 27 pounds, 24 pounds. But I mean, people are losing like 5 to 30 pounds over the 60 hours. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not doing the full 60 hours because this is actually Susan's reboot kit from last time, and she couldn't do it. It was too rough on her. She gets migraines and all kinds of things, including hunger can trigger stress, whatever. So I'm actually going to take about 30 of her 60 hours. I got enough for about a day and a half. I can get all the way through tonight, all the way through tomorrow, and about halfway through Tuesday. See if I can't make that work. Also, interested to see what it does to my blood sugar levels. So I'm going to the doctor soon. I'll get my A1C test, and I'm hoping this is gonna put it over the top. So with that in mind, I'm drinking this. It says it's tea. It tastes more like dessert. It's called Keto Calm, right? Look at that, Keto Calm. And it says right here, caramel apple, and the directions are like, stir with good intentions. So I don't really know what that. Remember, you were in narrow portrait mode. I don't even know what that means, Dennis. But I can probably fix that if you explained yourself. Anyway, so this caramel calm tea tastes more like I don't know, caramel apple juice. It's very satisfying. It's supposed to help me sleep. I guess the idea is if I sleep more, then I won't be as cranky, right? Hi, Maria Alexis. How are you today? Narrow portrait mode. Yeah, but I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry. I think that means that my face is narrow. That could be from the weight loss, right? No? Okay. I don't know. All right, so let's get right into the first one. I want to talk about the Black Panther. Here are my notes. Yes, I use a whiteboard. My wife is making fun of me, and then she bought her own, so there's that. Good. Marie is also doing Calm. I think Danielle, who's watching, is also doing Reboot. So wish us all luck, because 60 hours without food, man, all liquids, woo! Gonna be some cranky ketos in the house, yo. No bacon, no bulletproof coffee. Yeah, kind of scary. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about was why I did not watch the Black Panther right away. So I'm going to be really, really honest. Okay, I think the Black Panther was one of the, and not just the Black Panther. Okay, Hawkeye too. Even Ant-Man were very insignificant Avengers in a larger history of the Avengers. I'll give you an example, okay, from DC because I know them better, right? You had the Justice League A team, and then you had a bunch of supporting characters, and you had the Injustice League, or no, I guess what do they call them, the Legion of Doom, and you had these huge super villains, and then you had like Solomon Grundy, and he was kind of like a doofus, right? I mean, he really didn't have a lot to offer, and it was often that these B teams, I don't know if they were like the pet projects of newer writers or just characters that never failed to launch, but the Black Panther I don't think is all that significant. Now, before people freak out, I'm not racially motivated in this, okay? But I'm also going to tell you that the Black Panther was not the first black superhero, right? It's just not the case. He wasn't even the first black superhero to get his own movie, right? Blade. Does anyone remember that? Denzel Washington, right? And that's what really bothers me. The very first black superhero was, let's see. Oh, well, I guess the Black Panther was originally called the Coal Tiger. By the way, yeah, that sounds a little racist, but he's not the first black superhero. To have a television show or to, do something major like that. I mean, even what is DC's Black Lightning, came out around the same time. So there you go. Bacon flavored broth. Oh, no doubt. Awesome. Twitch. I don't know what that means. Uh, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created the Black Panther in 1966 in a Fantastic Four comic book, which is awesome. I mean, he's cool. But I heard all these people saying 69, that's what I was thinking of, the Falcon. So, in Marvel. Okay. Anyways, I was trying to Google and do this at the same time. Didn't actually. Oh yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing: Black Panther. I don't think it was going to be that significant a story for the larger arc of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I was right because I didn't see it before I saw Infinity Wars, and I didn't miss anything. I mean, literally, just knowing about T'Challa from the last Avengers movie, as well as from the comics themselves, knowing a little bit about Wakanda Forever, I had enough that I didn't really need to be introduced to any of the characters that played a part in Infinity War in the limited duration that they were on screen. Not to give any spoilers away, but they were not primary characters in that movie. So if you're looking at the Black Panther from the larger arc of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is definitely, I mean, and I hate to say it, the Incredible Hulk also not super important to the larger story arcs. You could probably skip them, right? So I didn't go right away. The other thing is I kind of felt, I mean, I kept hearing people drop the best superhero movie ever made and blah, 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 blah. And I was hearing these comments from people that I don't associate with comic books generally. And what it struck me is that might be a more politically charged evaluation. However, I really wanted to see Denai Guerrera, which is Michonne in The Walking Dead. Especially because she plays Okoye, she's God, I don't know, resident badass, the king's bodyguard. She's the head of the Order of Dora Malahia, which is like their women's military. It's like their formal military. And she's badass with like, I guess it's like a twin stick, right? I don't even know what it's called, but glaive maybe. But I love her in The Walking Dead. Michonne is one of my absolute favorite characters. She is so badass. It's not even worth contemplating whether or not she'll be in it till the end, because literally, you'd have to kill Rick to kill Michonne, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. The whole thing would go in the tank. I love Daryl, but he doesn't carry the show. Michonne, Rick carry the show. Even losing Carl, hard as it was. Oops. Spoiler. Anyways, so I saw it with my cousins while family was visiting, and I will admit my attention was split. But I will tell you that having had all this trepidation going into it, I still really, really, truly enjoyed the Black Panther. And it's definitely the best non-origin story, right? I mean, because it talks about the period of T'Challa taking over as king, but already being the Black Panther. And of course, T'Challa is just the current of many incarnations of the Black Panther. And they don't go back to the origin of that. So it's one of the best first in series superhero movies I've ever seen. And it was definitely worth watching. So I enjoyed the hell out of it. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend it. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, I think it's seriously worth looking at. All right, so let's go to the second topic. So let's talk about super things and supernatural and zombies and living forever. So I ask, the public, the listening public, do you believe in human biology, the possibility of it being immortal? It's not a trick question. Anyone can answer. Feel free. You might be so overwhelmed with this amazing podcast that you've lost the ability to type. That's okay. I'm going to answer the question whether or not you do. The answer is yes, there are indeed immortal human cells. What normally happens when someone dies, or cells die, not all at once, but it's a cascade effect. Some cells continue to die even after you're dead, like your hair and nail cells. That's how hair and nail grows. But in 1951, a truly extraordinary woman stepped into the history books and Johns Hopkins Hospital. Her name was Henrietta Lacks. She's an African American woman, and she was having problems down below. Okay, she ended up going to a gynecologist who says that she figured out she had a malignant tumor on her cervix, and began treating her with radium treatments, which was the most advanced treatment at the time. And it killed her. Okay? That should have been the end of it. But here's the thing. There's this guy. His name was Dr. George Gay. All right? And he was a huge researcher, and he was trying to discover a better treatment, or possibly a cure, or just to understand cancer cells better. So he would get harvested cells regularly from Johns Hopkins. The problem is that they very quickly died, and so he wasn't able to do successive tests on dead cells, right? For example, let's say you want to try a treatment where you want to inject the cells with some sort of a crazy new nanite, right? The only way you could do it up until this point was to inject that experimental treatment into a living, breathing patient, which is kind of scary, especially when you consider how toxic most of the treatments for cancer are. You literally can die from the cure. It's not a cure, from the treatment, just as readily as you could die from the cancer. And then Henrietta Lacks dies, and Dr. Gray gets a hold of her tissue. And here's the thing. Are you ready for this? Her cancer cells, her cells, didn't die after 24 hours. They doubled. So 5 cells became 10, 10 cells became 20, 20 cells became 40. See, it's the geometric progression here. And what that meant was this. He could keep testing her. So these incredible cells, which he called HeLa cells, after the first 2 letters of her first and last names, are used to study to this day toxins, drugs, hormones, and viruses on the growth, the results of those on the growth of cancer cells without experimenting on human beings. They have been used to test the effects of radiation, of poison, to study the human genome, to learn more about how viruses work and play a crucial role in the development of the polio vaccine. Henrietta Lacks died on October 4th, 1951 at the age of 31, but her cells continue to impact the world and have been responsible for saving millions of lives. So, Henrietta Lacks. I'm going to put a link in the show notes about her where you can get some information on her and watch a video on the YouTube about her. My daughter, this is a synchronicity type thing. My daughter did a report on Henrietta Lacks, and then all of a sudden the Smithsonian announced 3 days ago that they found an actual portrait of her that was, I guess it was a painting that was done. And then I go to the Goodwill, which I enjoy. I'm a big thrift store, yard sailor, estate sale shopper. And I found, I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. And I found this. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I found. I forgot. We're on a video. It's not just a podcast anymore. Look at that. Henrietta Lacks. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. I'm going to read this, so I'm very excited. I'll tell you guys more about it when I'm done, right? And so Synchronicity, right, which is not just a song by the Police. Sometimes the universe aligns on certain subjects. And right now, my universe, for whatever reason, seems to be pointing me towards Henrietta Lacks. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna definitely check it out. Okay, so last thing I'm gonna talk to you guys about. Let's see, where are we at? We're about shoot, man. I'm running out of stuff to talk about, but not out of time. So before I do this, let me talk about this. All right, I've got a homework. Hey, Thomas, I have a homework project for you guys. Okay, this may be the first time in history somebody has ever asked their friends and family to please send them ads on Facebook. Got it? The ads I'm talking about are this. I'm sure you've seen it, right? Like maybe it'll have like a Superman cap, and it says for a limited time only, you can get the Superman cap for free. Just pay shipping and handling, right? And if you click on that ad, all of a sudden you get 100 more. Well, I haven't been clicking on those ads, but I need them. Okay? I need them. I'm actually working on a project that I will share with you in the future if it works. And I need to see as many of those ads as are humanly possible. So when you see one of these, and they almost always say sponsored ad across the top, what I'd like you to do, okay, is forward it to my Facebook, right? You just click the share button. You could do it in a private message. You could do it on a post to my page. I don't care. However you want to do it, I am down with. If you want to, if you're really, really, really afraid of like getting something, you can send it to jameseverygeek@gmail.com. Just copy and paste the link. Does that make sense? What I'd like to have the link to the actual Facebook post, and the easiest way to give me a link for any post, you can go to any post on your timeline and click on the little grayed out thing that tells you how long ago the post was made. It gives you the date and time. If you click on that, okay, it's going to take you. Wow, I just did one, and now I'm listening to myself, and it's really confusing. So, I don't want to do that one again. But if you click on the time, right, you can then grab the link from your URL, copy it, paste it, and email it. So that sounds pretty simple. I think you guys can handle it. Homework. Please, please, please help me out. All right, everyone. Seriously, don't. I want to be inundated. I want to be overwhelmed. I want to be flooded with ads for free items from Facebook. And I swear, once I'm done doing the math, getting the background, shaking out the bugs, I'll share it with you. All right, so let's take a peek where that sets us. All right, 22 minutes in. I got one more topic. It's not a big topic. Let me explain. You know these boxes, subscription boxes? You guys ever try them out, right? They might send you food. They might send you drink. Well, I decided I wanted to do one of these boxes, and I went to Bespoke Post, theme boxes for guys who give a damn, right? These are, God, what did I call it? Hold on. Lifestyle boxes, right? It's a gentleman's club, not the stripper kind. I mean, like, they might have a theme box with scotch and how to drink it, along with, you know, a snifter bottle and maybe a cognac glass and a couple of other things, a recorking cork. They might have one day a beard and grooming kit. What they try and do is send you $70 or more of gear, useful advice, and a dose of, hey, where'd you get that, for $45 a month. So, unfortunately, the May box, the first box you get, they always tell you what's in it. So this was not a surprise. Okay, so we're gonna open it up. Comes in this nice big Bespoke box. It's not super well branded, I'll tell you that, but it's kind of cool. And you open it up. It's got some nice butcher paper for packing, and then we got ourselves a little brochure for the item. What I got was the Weekender bag. There's a little satchel that says well, it just says a B. It has the Bespoke B on it. And then, and by the way, the box says on the inside, goods and guidance for the modern man. The inside has my weekender bag. Actually, very, very sturdy. Nice rivets. It's got a lot of clasps on it. It's got kind of this really cool reinforced top. And then the bottom's got that nice, thick wooden bottom. It's got a cool little strap so I can wear it over my shoulder, I guess. Very cool piece of luggage. I'm going to read to you what it says here. If you don't already have some trips planned in the near future, you're definitely going to want to make room for them now. The special edition Bespoke Post Weekender is another of our efforts to take the everyday gear that guys need in their daily travels and then build a sleek, stylish version of it ourselves. We had some old school inspiration. The design is based on the bags that were once used by stonemasons to carry their building tools. So cool. Another thing was they gave us a little like special gift, that wasn't part of the package, so there was a surprise. Nothing I can eat, but it's going in my bug out bag. I got 2 kind bars. I guess that's so that when I'm going on my weekend travel, I don't get too hungry. So, $45, piece of luggage, 2 kind bars, and a little bit of information about the stonemasons. I say it's definitely worth it. I honestly can't wait to get my June box because I have no idea what that's going to be. But you can definitely go to bespoke.com. I'll actually put my link. It's an affiliate link, full disclosure, down below. Speaking of down below, someone please click like. If you're listening on the podcast, please leave a review, a rating. Tell me to drop dead. I don't care. Just say something. You know how boring it is to talk to yourself all the time? I'm lying. I really like to talk to myself. Those of you that have worked with me or worked for me or hung out with me, I talk to myself a lot. Matter of fact, I sometimes pose questions to others as a disguise for talking to myself. That's a true story. Someone's freaking out on that one. Okay. So, anyways, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. I enjoy doing this. I'm going to keep doing this. So look for this later on tomorrow on Anchor and on iTunes. And you can look for it on YouTube later on this evening. So thank you very much for joining me. Until next week, I'm going to try and keep hitting the lives daily. I'm going to try not to let my life and the world get in the way. I'm going to spend as much time as I can with you guys at 10:30 at night. But remember, those lives are only usually 10 to 15 minutes. If you do have a topic you'd like me to speak about next week, please leave it in the comments below. All right, guys. Peace. I'm out. And then for you guys on YouTube, as I close out at the 30-minute mark here, I am going to tell you, it's hot as fuck in my office, seriously. Do I need to change the rating because I said that? I don't know. Is there a rating on YouTube? Listen, man, I would love to do more YouTube videos that have nothing to do with the rest of this crap. So leave me a comment. Let me know. All of you podcast listeners, same thing, I got to go into the vault to pull out archives soon. I've got to contact my web designer who thinks I'm a flake because, my week sucked. And, yeah, so hopefully you'll see some huge movement in the near future on both the website, YouTube, and the podcast. So wish me luck. If any of you guys are editors or audio editors or video editors or web designers or logo designers, hey, hit me up, yo. And I'm not even free is cool, but I'll even pay. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.